Hello friends, this is Manoj Joshi from WellnessByAllMeans. It's a great opportunity for us to reconnect. It's on WellnessByAllMeans Forum. So we talk about friends like who have done um, something great or in the process of doing something great. So we are all friends together. We would like to talk to each other about what are the good things happening and then how we can really help each other with the individual knowledge that we have gained in this life, be it technology or health management or training management or software management, entrepreneurship development, whatever that could be, how we can really learn from each other and how we can grow together. That's the kind of objective of this forum. So today we are interviewing Makaranji. Like he's a great entrepreneur in the Silicon Valley. He's the founder and CEO of a company called WBAM. It's a beautiful company that we'll talk about it. And also, like, he's our healing partner, like one of the institutes that we all follow, Pranashakti Foundation. He's also part of that, and then we have been interacting with each other for quite some time right now. So welcome back, Makaranji. Like we will introduce you as we go. So with that brief introduction, welcome you to this Wellness by All Means Forum. And so how are you doing?
Thank you, Manojji. Thank you for this opportunity to have a short interview call with you.
Right.
I'm doing great. Thank you. So before I start, I would like to thank Wellness by All Means and Manojji in special, right, for being an awesome yoga master, healer, and he's been like serving our community for more than 15 years, I believe. And he has impacted thousands of lives. I know personally a lot of people who have been has had that great gift of working with Manojji, and specifically in situations like stress management, healing, or any specific situations which have impacted people's life and have derailed them from their goals, from their successes, from their routine which they wanted to achieve. So that's an awesome work you're doing. And you also have a radio show, so that is also has impacted a lot of people. So thank you. Yeah,
that's very good. Thank you for the kind words and compliments that you're giving it to me particularly. That's great. And then I am a great devotee of yoga. That's for sure. Like, I believe that yoga has got the power to benefit a lot of us. So I have been really passionate about learning different aspects of yoga and then helping people out whatever they need with different aspects of yoga. So when we talk about yoga, let me just ask you one question, like what specific aspect of yoga really attracts you the most?
So Manojji, I mean, I feel like, and as we learned as well, is like, yoga is not about like it's a way of life. It's a way of like transitioning you
right
from so that you can be at your optimum levels when you're working on.
Mm-hmm.
And what that does mean is like, making sure that you're energetic the whole day. Like, if you can have an output of 18 hours a day, nothing like it.
Right, totally.
And to do that, you should also be untouched by the external pressures or stresses, specifically when we're working or when we are a part of any organization, or there are a lot of like, politics, there's a lot of work pressure, there are a lot of things simultaneously which you need to deliver. So all those things, yet at the end of the day, you should feel like you have achieved something, and you should feel like, you have taken you've gone like one step closer towards your goal. And that's where I feel like yoga has helped me a lot.
I really like the untouchability of the aspect of yoga you talked about. Like how yoga makes you untouchable to stress, anxiety, and worry. That's a great part. I often teach in my class, like I give the analogy of like suppose, for example, think about a sailboat in the ocean. Right, a sailboat is swimming in the ocean, it's moving in the ocean. So as long as the sailboat doesn't allow the water to come inside the boat will not sink.
Right.
Similarly, we also have this vessel of this body, mind, intelligence complex, and then we are just sailing through this stressful ocean of the world. As long as you don't allow the so-called water kind of stress into your life, you will still sail through without drowning yourself. So that means you have to really go over the body consciousness that will protect your body because you have got a lot of power. So not to process the stress in such a way that it starts contaminating you, it starts drowning you. So until with that awareness, I think we can all deal with the stress as much as possible, because stress itself is not bad by itself. Like, it's just a perspective around stress that causes damage to our body and mind. So that's a great aspect of yoga that you talked about. And for that, I believe Yoga Nidra is a very good technique and tool, and I'm sure like we must be practicing that a few times in the night so that it helps us to relax well. Because in the 8 hours of sleep time that we invest, if we can really calm down our body and mind by a technique called Yoga Nidra, that definitely will help to prepare the body to deal with the stress throughout the day.
Certainly, certainly. I mean, that's a very good aspect you brought over there. And, I have gone through a lot of your Yoga Nidra meditations, and I would like to also let know the audience that you can just Google on YouTube for Manoj Joshi Yoga Nidra or WBAM Yoga Nidra, and you can see a lot of his videos over there based on a particular situation or a particular aspect you're trying to work upon. So, I mean, it's always a good thing, to plan your day ahead, to start with a strong sleep and
Right.
have a nice planning for the next day, and you have a strong sleep. And to do that, sometimes when we sleep, we have layers of thoughts which we have developed over the day, that we need to take them away and refresh ourselves.
Right.
And that's where I have listened a lot of your Yoga Nidras. In fact, you have put me to sleep a lot of times as well. But
Yeah.
I try to be awake and try to invoke those instructions more and more. Also put my goals in it, and because now your subconscious mind has been activated, so
Right.
it would be good to also instruct it on what you want and how can we do that. So yeah, I mean, Yoga Nidra has helped me a lot.
You use the word sleep and also use the word awake. That itself is the magic. Like that's what we call our yoga nidra, the stay yoga nidra, STAY. It's called sleep that awakens you.
Okay.
So it's an oxymoron. How can sleep awaken me? But it's an awakening in a different way, like an awakening your dreams, awakening your personality, awakening your potential inside. So actually, it's a very yogic tantric technique. Like when you sleep in a particular way, in a conscious way, then definitely your subconscious mind gets reprogrammed, and then you wake up your latent potential. So that all the cells get educated during the time. It's called a whole brain and whole mind learning. So I think that's a very wonderful program. Particularly, we don't have time to read through a lot of things. And in the knowledge economy, we all need the precise knowledge to be always on the top of everything that's happening, right? So that's why Yoga Nidra can be very handy, particularly this concept of Yoga Nidra. It's just not the relaxation, but during the state of relaxation, how you can get some ideas that you are interested for, like how to build focus, how to build confidence, how to build positive thinking as a habit. So the reprogramming of the subconscious mind can happen during that time.
Absolutely.
And so talking about this topic right now, I think let's segue between how Yoga Nidra, the ancient technique of sleep that can awaken us, but in the wakeful state, like we all need to be trained. We need to equip ourselves with the right knowledge. So for that, I would definitely bring out the concept that you are spearheading right now. It's called the WBAM platform. So basically, it's an online training platform. As much as I understand, it allows people to manage their classes, like different kind of classes, different kind of courses that you can program online that you can offer to your audience. So let us talk a little bit more about that. Like, what is the WBAM platform, and what's your dream, and how you would like to help the world?
Sure. Yeah. So thank you, Manoj. Yeah. It's wajooba.com, so WAJOOBA.com, and what it is basically it helps training studios to streamline their training and grow their business. So for a training studio owner, right, specifically, and first of all, I would like to thank you for being a prestigious client. So as a training studio owner, you have a lot of responsibilities on your shoulders. I mean,
Right.
Most of the time, small businesses, they are they're wearing a lot of hats and working on the management, working on students, working on different aspects of administration. If working on your website, if all these things can be automated, and if you can focus more on delivering your specialty or on delivering your training and impacting more and more students, that would be a kind of like a big huge service to the mankind.
Right. Totally.
What WBAM offers is to automate all these processes. And you can start it with free. So you can create a free account and experience it yourself, right? You can basically launch your online classes. and like the Zoom class, right? So you can launch your online classes. Once a class is over, the student can basically get his Zoom URLs or like, the meeting URLs pretty dynamically. They can log in. Their attendance will be auto tracked. So they will get secure URLs. And on top of it, like once the meeting is over, if you would like to upload some recordings or upload some courses or create a complete online course, that can be done as well. While doing all these things, you can have your own CRM maintained, and every contact in your database, they say, is like around $50 a year, is worth $50 a year. So maintaining that database over the period is very important.
I think I'm really excited about this because as I have been dealing a little bit more about the need of this particular thing, especially of course during the pandemic time, the COVID-19 pandemic. A lot of people, all of us are locked down in our houses still right now. And this has also opened up a new possibility of how we can really teach to the world in a global market. Whatever the talent that you have, of course, there are bigger platforms, but in a structured way within your reach. Like if you can design your courses, you can automate some of these processes you talked about, the payment process, or putting a structure to your course itself, putting light videos, and then connecting to your clients with different kind of tools that is connected to the CRM aspect. And those are very handy. So in fact, I've been encouraged to talk to a couple of my student friends, and they have been excited about helping us to build some kind of content right now. And I think 2 teams are working to build a content for mindfulness in action, the August batch that we're going to start to teach the teens and the youth population of our society how they can be really be excited about building a foundation about yoga and mindfulness, and how they can really understand the core concept of how it is a lifestyle. So we have got this 8 weeks of module, and then so I think Yojuba platform is an excellent platform right now for us to lay out those modules and then put specific videos on that, and then we can offer them in a very trendy way, so that kids and youth can be excited about getting their courses in right forum, and then also making a small group, and then they can talk to each other. So all the different aspects of learning and getting motivated to learn. So that gamification process also can be very handy to encourage us to be on the right path of learning something which is always required right now. You cannot afford to be obsolete, right? Nothing is future proof. So every concept is changing. That's why it is very, very important right now to talk to yourself, like, what are the best things that I should learn about right now? And in fact, this is not something new, because I always try to look at the past, look at the yoga as a baseline, how this ancient system also teaches us in the modern time. So if you look back, one of the yamas that we talk about is called Siddhanta Sravan.
Okay.
So one of the niyamas is called Siddhanta Sravan. That means Siddhanta means like what are the inferences that the great people have already laid out from their experience of life. So learning from others' experiences so that you don't make the same mistake again and again, right? Awesome. And then so you have to really invest time to hone your skill, because as Stephen Covey says, the 8th habit of all influential people is sharpen the saw. You have to learn how to sharpen your saw. Without sharpening your saw, you cannot go and then cut out the trees in the right manner, right? The demand is too much. So we have to invest time with our own self. And for that, you need a structured platform, what I think your company is trying to do. So that people will be well equipped with the knowledge that they need to survive in life, and not only just survive, thrive in life. Like they can make a big difference. Even though you have a job, but maybe it might make sense to have a platform, just like a website, just like a online mobile platform. Maybe it makes sense to have a training platform, a class platform, where you'd like to nurture your hobby and then teach to the world, like, look, like, this is how to play a flute. I can have a lesson for flute learning, or this is how you can teach a dance or some movement. So whatever that you have expertise on, or whatever that you built up as a habit or a hobby all your life, we can put a small course and then popularize that through your platform, I guess.
I think that would be awesome. If you have any skill, or if you'd like to reach more audience,
right,
get a bigger impact, right? It's also like more to your existing clients. You might have one course, you might want to launch other one, but you might want to do it in an automatic. You might want to use the technology for your useful purposes, so that you can leverage the technology and deliver more.
Right.
Without getting impacted. Of course, yoga and everything else is very much needed to get yourself at your optimum energy level.
Right.
Hey, but technology is there to help you out.
Right, and particularly you coming from the technology background of being a SaaS architect, like you understand the SaaS model, like how people can subscribe to different models, and then how to make it a good way from the different kind of aspect of technology aspects, and then how to integrate different kind of plugins. So I think from the technology point of view, because you being a technologist, the technical person, that can be very handy to put all those right things into the place so that people can benefit.
Absolutely, yeah. And as I said, the running classes, having a specialist expertise, what you can train is one thing, and also delivering it and reaching it to the masses, right? And that is what we are looking for, and that's where we can make use of technology. Right now, the tools are there, and as Vajuba is free to start with, so you can have all those tools with you. They're free for you. Just go out, use it, leverage it, and build your business.
Right. I particularly know you sincerely, when our Guruji came from India, we talked about Pranashakti healing. So I really got fascinated about how selflessly, you really put the program, put the flyer, and spent hours together. We went together to Mount Medina for a retreat.
That was awesome.
Those are very passionate things. So when you are passionate about something, doing in life and helping out people, I think that has got a lot of weightage to carry on. And then you have a wonderful family. I know you have got 2 girls, and just like me. So that's also a great responsibility to be a good family man, and then try to help out the world, because I'm sure through this work that you're doing, a lot of people in India would get employed, because the technology can be built over there. So we are trying to nurture the whole global economy. But even though we are in the Silicon Valley, we have roots in India, and then that's why this will be a very good proposition to take the best from the East, best from the West, and offer to the world what best we can do, particularly in the time of this COVID-19 pandemic.
Absolutely, a time has come. Time has come, and with COVID-19, there are no geographical boundaries anymore.
Right.
So you can impact, as a person, you can impact a lot of bigger audience.
Right.
Out of the geographical area. So we need to leverage it.
Right. I think we want to keep it short, and then any last word that you'd like to speak on behalf of your experience, and what is your dream, and how do you like to see for yourself, how the whole entrepreneurship that you have shown, how it's going to take shape right now? What's your thoughts?
I would like to thank Manojji and thank Pranashakti Parivar, thank our Guruji Arunji for all those his blessings, grace, and experience he has given it to us, as well as as for I would like to if there are any trainers in the audience, and if you'd like to start your own training courses, this is the right time for you to get started. In-person classes, online classes, or even online courses, whatever you'd like to do, right? Okay. The platform is there, leverage it out, it's free. So please go ahead and use it and make 100% use of it. So,
and then I'm very excited, because definitely I'm excited to at least 3 courses I'm working on right now on the Vajuba platform. So friends who have been practicing yoga with us at the Wellness by All Means family, you will be excited to see what we're talking about right now, and how it can be much more easier to come to the class and experience something much different, and then retain the things that we have talked about. We can review those kind of classes, the videos and all these things. I think you will be definitely excited to have us offer these kind of courses through the new platform that we are talking about right now. So with that, I think we'll just have a closure to this forum, thanking all the friends, thanking all our teachers, thanking all our parents, thanking all our ancestors to have us given the wisdom that we have, and then try to nurture it so that we can make a difference in this life itself. Thank you very much, Makarandi. Wish you all.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.